Hi, thanks for stopping by today. Today, we're going to do a story of hope, a story that has come out of a tragedy of 20 years ago, the attack on the United States on 9/11, 2001. You may have heard about this at school or elsewhere. So I picked a book today that spreads some hope. It's the story of a tree that survived the attack. And then I'll tell you about something that we're going to do to spread more hope. So the story that we're reading today is This Very Tree, written by Sean Rubin, used with permission of Henry Holt Publishers, a division of Macmillan Press. In New York City, there once stood two towers. For a time, they were the tallest buildings in the world. Below the towers was a busy plaza. That's where I was planted. Most people who came to my plaza had a job in the city. I had a job too. My leaves gave people shade. My branches gave birds a place to rest. And each year, I was the first of the trees to blossom. My flowers let everyone know that spring was coming. Some trees like a quiet park or forest, but I was a city tree. I liked the sound of wind rushing between the tall buildings. I liked the smell of rain on concrete in the summer. I liked being in my plaza, watching everyone coming and going. I was in my plaza the day it happened. It was an ordinary morning until it wasn't. I waited there alone. Around me it was dark and hot and close. Did the sun even shine anymore? When I came back into the light, I knew that everything had changed. The new noises and smells of the city scared me. They reminded me of what had happened. Some people put me on a truck and drove me to a nursery in a faraway park. I was grateful to be somewhere quiet. I had changed too. All winter, the people at the nursery took care of me. No one knew if my leaves would grow back. They did. It was peaceful in the park. I was surrounded by other trees. Birds still visited me. That first spring, a dove made a nest in my branches. Years passed. I regrew. I wondered if my city was regrowing too. Sometimes when a shadow passed overhead, I thought about what had happened. But being surrounded by other trees made me feel stronger. Some days I even felt strong enough to do my old job again. That's when I knew I was ready. It was time to go home. A machine came to pull me from the ground. The noise scared me, leaving scared me even more. We drove downtown through the city. Now I was worried to go back. What if something bad happened again? I already missed the other trees. Then I saw it. One shining spire and many more towers surrounding a new plaza. And in the plaza, they had planted a forest. It was filled with trees. Between the trees, they saved 3 empty spaces. 2 spaces remained where the towers once stood. They would stay empty forever because nothing could fill them. The 3rd space was for me. I wasn't comfortable at first. It had been so long since I heard the wind between the buildings or smelled the wet concrete. But I was still surrounded by other trees, and that made me feel stronger. I had a new job now, too. Anyone who felt a shadow overhead could stand under my leaves and find peace. Anyone who was hurt could see how my branches had healed, and they could find hope. In my plaza filled with so many trees, I am still the first to blossom. And everyone who sees my flowers knows that spring will come. And that's the story of the little tree that survived the attacks of the Twin Towers 20 years ago this week. And then I thought, to spread some more hope, we could provide you with some seeds that will attract butterflies and bees and help pollinate more flowers and trees. There's clay and seeds and some soil, and you can make 2 seed pods from these bags and plant them in a pot or in your yard or anywhere in your neighborhood, and hopefully they will grow and blossom this next spring and spread joy throughout your neighborhood. So stop by the library and pick up what you need to make seed pods and spread some hope. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you at the library. Bye-bye.